better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sandhills Global, Doane University, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Wingstop, Acres, High Electric, Eustis Body Shop, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, Roofing Service Company, Union Bank and Trust, Lincoln Financial Chiropractic, and DOT Highway Safety Office, Jimmy John's, Members-Owned Credit Union, Nebraska Army National Guard, Hamilton Telecommunications, and the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainert.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. It's the second Class D1 quarterfinal of the day. We saw Pender defeat Howells Dodge just a little bit ago. Thanks to Jake Bachhoven for holding it down in the meantime. Nick Sainert with you, and now joined by Jay Foreman alongside. Jay, it's the second weekend in March. No, it's the first weekend in March.
Yeah.
We're back, just like we're supposed to be.
Like we never left, right?
Why is it all quiet? Why did it get quiet in here?
Because they know we're talking.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I feel like people are listening to us.
No, that's they're tolerating us, Nick. That's what I think they're doing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We got a good one on tap. We saw Pender, who I mean, we've seen Pender specifically the last couple of years.
Yep.
The Dolliver family, obviously. I mean, I'm not sure if you heard Maddie Dolliver, for the folks that are just now joining us, state record in three-pointers made in a single game. She made 9 3-pointers in the first game of the day. I mean, it's just a really strong performance from Pender. They're going to play the winner of this game, the 4-seeded Superior squad, Superior Wildcats, 21-4, making their first appearance in a state tournament since 2020. They're going up against the Alma Cardinals, 20-6 overall, led by head coach Amanda Davis. And get this, they said we can top the fact that you're in your first state tournament since 2020, because this is our first state tournament appearance in school history.
Yeah.
There you have it. So once again, Alma and Superior. Going to be a good one today, Jay. And D1, we talked about just a moment ago. There's so many of these schools, and you talk about geographical locations and this, that, and the other. These teams, they're competitive because they don't know a whole lot about each other a lot of the time.
And that's the big part of these games is like to make sure you don't let it get out of hand early because you don't know each other, right? There's one team that maybe come in and they come in with a little bit more veteran presence or experience, can get up, and it takes the other team that has the deficit to a little bit of time to catch up. But they make it the 1 versus 8, 4, 5. It doesn't really matter in Class D because the best part is they don't know each other because they can't play, each other on a consistent basis. And also there's not a lot of common opponents. And so I think the element of surprise, different, obviously, skill sets that face each other on this big stage, I think it always sets up for great games and highly competitive games as well, and exciting basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it sure is. And just to give folks, while they're going through starting lineups, we'll get to ours in just a moment, just to give folks a reminder of what is going to be on tap here on the ticket. We'll have a little bit more of an extended break. It goes in basically groups of 2 before an extended break here at PBA. And so we'll turn our attention after this one to Class A action for the rest of the day. Number 1 Millard West against number 8 Millard South at 1:30. Number 4 Lincoln North Star against Omaha Westview at 3:15. Millard North and Omaha West Side at 6 p.m. And then the nightcap, the matchup of the 2 Bellevue schools, Bellevue East going up against the Class A runner-up from last year, the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for the Alma Cardinals, led by head coach Amanda Davis. They're 20-6 overall. I mentioned it just a moment ago. First state tournament appearance in school history for Alma. Lost in the D1 sub-district final to the number 2 seed in the D1 tournament, Elm Creek, by just 11 points. But then they had an easy path in the district final with they defeated Brady, who was a 17-8 squad, by 40 points, 63-23 in the district final to punch their first ever ticket to state. Their starting lineup is going to look like this. Number 1, Cameron Scott. Number 3, Miley Whitney. Number 10, Tierston Moore, their leading scorer, averaging 11.5 per game. number 12, Camry Neal, and number 22, Chase Molzon. Alma, right? You're coming in, first ever state tournament appearance. I'm sure there's going to be some nerves, Jay.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you've been around for a long time. And you need a special group of young ladies along with a special coach to make this happen. And then also the way they battled. When you lose in sub-districts, your back's against the wall. You're playing essentially championship type of basketball, championship mentality the whole way. So obviously something clicked to finish it off with a 40-point win. But I think, Nick, they're going to have nerves, right? They have inexperience. But I think the best thing for Alma, where they possibly could provide an upset, I always say this, about young players in football. They don't know what they don't know. So they don't have any of the, scar tissue or overblown expectations about what the outcome possibly could be. They're going to go out and play their brand of basketball. And if they play well, they'll pull an upset victory.
These two teams have played against each other this year. Superior won in dominating fashion, 53-34. But that was back in the 8th game of the season, so pretty early on in the campaign. The starting five for the Superior Wildcats, 21-4 on the year, led by head coach Chrissy Ehlers. It's their 10th state tournament appearance in school history, but as I mentioned, the first since 2020, and their most recent state championship was the lone title in school history back in Class C2 in 2018. Their starting five, the leading scorer, number 4, Sadie Cornell, number 10, Hallie Bargan, number 12, Faith Butler, number 32, Mia Gardner, and number 50, Reagan Myers. We're ready to get going here in our second game of the day, second game of 48 over the next week and a half or so here on 93.7 The Ticket. 8 minutes on the game clock. The Wildcats of Superior are in their white uniforms. They are the higher seed, the 4 seed in this one, while Alma is going to be the 5th seed in their road reds. So here we go as Superior controls the tip. They're working left to right from our vantage point. Cross-court pass on the left wing. Working in towards it is Superior. Now they kick it out top of the key. They get it to Cornell. Cornell down low to the big body of number 50, Reagan Myers, and she's on the board for 2.
Yeah, you see Alma came out a little bit of a 2-3 zone, a little bit of matchup based on the size advantage of Superior, and right away they go inside. Great move in there. Great patience as well against the shot clock.
Alma with the basketball, first possession of the game, and they turn it over. Great defensive play by Sadie Cornell. Up the floor, here is Myers, tries to put up a contested shot, can't do it, and it goes out of bounds last touch by Superior. So Alma gets the basketball back, 7:18 to go in the first quarter.
So right now you see the experience of Superior. They've been in more championship type of games here, obviously more recent than Alma, trying to up the pressure. But Alma does a really good job of press break, even though it doesn't work out for them, really good job of attacking the press. Sometimes, Nick, in basketball, when teams pressure you, kind of say, okay, I got to get across the half court and take a deep breath. I like it that Alma is trying to force the action, get those nerves out of their system as well.
Alma trails 2-0, 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Baseline inbound, Alma gets it in, top of the key. They have it with number 3, that's Miley Whitney. Down low, working it, driving baseline, and another turnover here for Alma going the other way. Here comes Cornell. Sadie Cornell off the glass and in. Sadie Cornell, the leading scorer, gets her first points of the game.
Yeah, Sadie Cornell did a really good job off of turnover to pushing in the secondary break. Saw the angle, got it up off the glass. Good 2-point play right there.
Working at the free throw line, mid-range jumper, way off by number 10. That is Kirsten Moore, the Alma leading scorer. She's unable to convert, and it's going to go out of bounds after the air ball. It's still 4-0 Superior, 6:41 to go in the first quarter. Superior with the basketball, a little bit of an extended defensive pressure here from Alma. They get it up the floor and an errant pass. It's going to go out of bounds, and the extended defensive pressure does their job, and they force a turnover.
I like what Coach Davis is doing. I mean, I think she's told her team we're going to come in and play our game. They're bringing pressure and applying the same amount of pressure, and they think that once the nerves settle down, they can score. They've had good opportunities, good shots. They just haven't been able to execute yet.
6.5 to go, first quarter. Contested shot, put up, deflected out of bounds off of the rebound attempt after the missed shot by Cameron Scott, and it goes out of bounds last touch by Alma. It'll be Superior basketball. 4-0, your score. Sadie Cornell with the basketball. Outlet pass up the floor to number 32, Mia Gardner. Gardner dribbles into the corner, picks it up, and now passes off to Cornell. Cornell passes right side now to top of the key to Hallie Bargan. Back to Cornell it goes on the left side. Cornell with it, working on the defender, number 3, Miley Whitney. Mid-range jumper, long 2. It went behind the backboard, and it was going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Alma, and it's because the ball went behind the backboard, so when they caught it, they stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll take an aggressive play that ends up being an unfortunate mistake. versus watching, and sometimes can turn into easy 2 points.
Here's Myers down low, working on Malzahn, and she gets the turnaround to go. It's 6-0 Superior.
Yeah, the height advantage of Myers inside, is obviously paid off in 2 buckets, but then also the really good play by her, keeping the ball above her shoulders to make it an easy 2 points.
Alma with the basketball. Myers for Superior, by the way, listed at 6'2", as she gets the defensive rebound off the missed 3-point opportunity. 5.5 to go, first quarter here. D1 quarterfinal. The winner gets Pender on Friday morning at 9 a.m. Cornell with it on the far side. Top of the key now. Here is number 10, Hallie Bargan. Bargan kicks it out, 3-ball for Superior. Connects on the attempt by Mia Gardner. And Gardner gets in the scoring column with 3 points. And it's a quick 9-0 lead here early on. 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman will step aside, come back in 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman back with you. At Union Bank and Trust, you're only 5 minutes away from a $200 bonus and a better bank. Learn more at ubt.com. 5:20 to go, first quarter, 9-0, all Superior Wildcats here early on as Alma has it on the right side. Alma wearing their reds, crossing over, driving baseline, looking for help. They find Chloe Malzahn, now tries to get it to a cutting number 10, Kirsten Moore, can't do it, and it's another turnover charged to Alma. Alma on defense. Here is the mid-range jumper by Superior. Can't get it to fall as Hallie Bargan on the attempt, and the rebound is going to be deflected, and it'll go out of bounds, stays on this end of the floor with Superior.
Yeah, good job by Superior. Good ball movement is actually offsetting the ball pressure in, obviously, the 2-3 zone by Alma, but Alma's battling, right? They're a little bit shorter in size, but the tenacity and aggressiveness is paying off for him on the defensive end.
Here's Superior on offense. Sadie Cornell with it in the middle of the lane. Kicks it out. 3-ball on the way for Superior. No good on the attempt by Mia Gardner. She hit one just a moment ago, and here comes Alma pushing the pace. A bump and a foul. No shot on the attempt and take by number 23. That is Vaden Epp for Alma. And the defensive foul goes on number 10, I believe that was. That is Hallie Bargan. That's her first.
Really good job by Kirsten Moore of pushing the pace, and really good job by Epp, who just checked into the game, of doing a really good job of being patient, a little bit of Euro step, drawing the foul, but keeping the possession more importantly.
Baseline inbound for Alma. They get it up top to number 3. That's Miley Whitney with it. She has it near the logo. Passes it right side now to Cameron Scott. Alma still looking for their first points in this one. Scott, step back 3. Can't get it to go, but an offensive rebound. It's passed back out to Scott. She dribble drive, tries to dump it off to her teammate. And number 12, that's Camry Neal. She collects it for just a moment and resets. Now Scott gets it poked away from behind. They're going to say last touch by Alma, and it'll be another turnover for the Alma Cardinals as it's Superior basketball leading 9-0.
Nick, you're just seeing nerves here by the Alma Cardinals. They are getting opportunities, and I think sometimes they're seeing things that aren't there. They're passing it too much instead of being aggressive, because the aggressive nature on defense needs to boil over into offense.
Here's Superior with it. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. 9-0. Superior Wildcats on top of Alma. Pass down low, tipped away. Good active hands. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Superior, and Alma finally forces a turnover of their own.
Right. They've been aggressive. They've been just maybe a step too slow, or maybe in some cases, Nick, a step too fast defensively, but they forced the first turnover after multiple good possessions, but no cashing in on good shots on offense.
We're over halfway through the first quarter in this one, and Alma is still looking for their first points of the day. And Vaden Epp with it, passes it right side. Here's Whitney. Whitney now dumps it off Camry Scott. Nice little pick and roll play, and the layup is good by number 12. That's Camry Neal. Finally gets Alma on the board.
Good job there of a pin down, almost like a pick and roll there. Get on the boards. Now maybe the sigh of relief for Alma Cardinals. Okay, we finally saw the ball go through the hoop. Now let's continue with our defensive pressure. And then also a really good job of not resting on your laurels there when you get something positive, forcing Superior to call a timeout with the trap at half court. So now you're starting to see the Alma Cardinals that got them there. I think it's also going to be turning into hopefully a closer game once the nerves get out of their system.
It's 9-2 Superior. They lead Alma 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. A good job. That extended defensive pressure, the full court, has caused some fits early on for Superior. So that's something that if you're head coach for Alma, Amanda Davis, you're sitting there saying that's something that's working. While maybe we're struggling offensively, there's been some havoc created defensively with the extended pressure. So we'll see how long they choose to keep that up. It's 9-2, Superior out of the 30-second timeout. They had to call a timeout because they got trapped next to the boundary and the timeline with a double team. A three-pointer on the way. Sadie Cornell, just a tad strong, but an offensive rebound collected by Superior. They get it out top to the left side. This is number 12, Faith Butler with it. Now she'll pop a three. Way off on that attempt. And on the attempt by number 10, Hallie Bargan, it goes out of bounds. Back to the Alma Cardinals.
The Alma Cardinals are, they're down by 7 points, but you know what, Nick? I can't speak for Coach Davis, but I'm sure she's happy with the shot selection. Besides the easy buckets to start the game that they were forcing Superior to shoot.
Here's Cameron Scott. Great move right to left and then works on a contested layup. No whistle, and she collects her own miss, passes it off to a teammate up to the top, and they'll reset. Here's Cameron Scott, top of the key, fakes left, goes right, pulls up just inside the free throw line, just a tad strong. The rebound, Karam's body's on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with Alma.
Almost getting a ton of really good shots, good looks. I probably guarantee Coach Davis would have liked that foul called on the drive there, but also I like, Nick, the tenacity on the offensive boards. It'll start to go in more shots. I think still a little bit of nerves, playing probably in a hurry and not fast. Once they settle down, this game will start to get a lot closer.
Here's Cameron Scott on the take. Gives it off to her teammate on the right side. Working is number 10 on the attempt. That's Kirsten Moore, unable to get the easy two to go. Got a good look at it right on the doorstep of the bucket as that pass up the floor is now deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Superior, 9-2 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first.
This game is going to come down to Myers for Superior and then obviously Moore for Alma, right? You got to get Moore going. She's starting to really get active on defense, and now what it means is Alma's got to do a better job against Myers, and this game will be right down to the wire.
Top of the key, three-point attempt on the way. It's off back iron. Nice offensive rebound for the moment before it gets stripped. Superior still has the basketball. Cornell, wide open look from the perimeter. She can't get her shot to go, and Cameron Scott clears the glass for Alma. Here they come, pushing the pace. A fast-moving first quarter. A layup in the lane high off the glass for number 22, Chase Molzon.
Yeah, really good job of what we call, Nick, in basketball terms, a secondary break. Myers is underneath the hoop. So what Malzahn has a little bit more speed, rim to rim, is able to get a quick 2 points. Now a fortunate break here for Superior because you see the momentum starting to kind of go to Alma's side.
Yeah.
It was a pass or maybe a shot, went off the rim and then just trickled off the Alma defender. But now they got to play defense with 2 minutes left in this first quarter.
2:09 to go exactly here in the first quarter. 9-4 your score. They're going to have this conversation. Yeah. So the pass, the entry pass that was intended for Myers, it hit the bottom of the backboard. Alma, just they're going to review this. No, they're going to reset the shot clock.
Yeah, because technically it hit the rim, right?
It technically hit the bottom of the rim. And, yeah, Alma grabbed the ball and walked out of bounds because they thought that since it hit the bottom of the backboard, it was their basketball. But now it stayed with Superior. Superior attempts a three-point shot, unable to get it to go, and we have a foul on the other end on Superior.
No, you're seeing Alma's game plan here, right? We're really they're really living and dying with Superior shooting outside shots. They know Reagan Myers is a problem inside. Probably learned it firsthand earlier in the season. So they're almost doing sometimes what Nebraska does against what Creighton with Kalkbrenner is double team in the center, allowing them to shoot threes. They're getting this game closer and closer once they start executing on offense.
Here's Cameron Scott, and a foul on the defense is number 12 for Superior. Faith Butler tried to blow up a screen. Chase Molzahn took a tumble directly in front of us, and a good call by the near side referee as that's going to go against Superior.
Yeah, that was
extended the arms.
That's
the create separation that the receivers used to do against you.
Yes, they did, but that was a 4th and 1 right there.
On the right side, here's Vaden Epp for Alma, as they have it on the right side. Tiersten Moore, right side of the rim, floater. She finally gets her first points of the game. Tiersten Moore, the leading scorer for Alma.
Yeah, a two-man game on the weak side of the defense. Good patience there by Epp, and then really good execution by Moore.
Great defense forces Sadie Cornell to pass it up, pass down low on the right side block. It's pivoting around. Cornell left wing three ball on the way, and it bounces off back iron and corralled by Tiersten Moore, who picked up her dribble in the backcourt and finds Cameron Scott. Alma starting to settle in here. Scott in the lane. Ooh. No shot on the foul, but that's going to go, I believe, on number 12. It sure will, and that's going to be Faith Butler's second here in the late stages of the first quarter.
And we've seen this, Nick, sometimes. Obviously, we call a lot of Class A boys basketball is like when you have a really good player pick up two cheap ones, the confidence that Coach Ehlers has in Faith Butler to get your composure. Obviously, the first one would look like Corey Schlesinger against the Miami Hurricanes back in the day. That was a ticky-tack, but you got to, you know what? You got two. You got to make sure you play a little cautious.
Just over 60 seconds to go first quarter. Cameron Scott to tie it up. Can't do it. Offensive rebound by Vaden Epp, and Alma gets another crack at it. Here's Epp with it on the right side. She crosses over, works in the lane. Great move. Too strong on the layup, and Reagan Myers collects the miss. Outlet pass up the floor. Here's Cornell. Step back. Pulls up from long range and drains it.
She's
Sadie Cornell up by 6 is superior. It's 12-6, 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cameron Scott gets it poked away from behind. Last touch by Alma, and it's 12-6 with 43 ticks on the clock.
Nick, this is what makes these type of games so special, right? You had a really good play there by Vaden Epp. Really was just a matter of maybe a tight rim. Good Euro step, scoop it up, didn't go in. Good job by Superior getting it off the backboard. And then when you saw Sadie Cornell, their leading scorer, step back three, that's when you know you're feeling it, and that's the veteran presence that Sadie Cornell has shown early in this game.
43.3 on the game clock. 12-6, Superior with the lead and the basketball. May have gotten away with a double dribble there on the near side. Outlet pass up the floor, tipped away. Tiersten Moore can't save it from going out of bounds. While we have a stoppage in play, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you from PBA. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Down low, Reagan Myers, and over Tiersten Moore. She drains it. It's 14-6 Superior.
Yeah, sometimes on a sideline out of bounds play, you can get a little bit of a two-man game or one-on-one. Based off of that, and got it into Myers, and she's paying dividends every time she touches the ball.
And now Myers blocks an Alma shot on the other end. An arid pass from Cornell trying to get it to a cutting teammate, number 32, Mia Gardner, unable to do so, and it's a turnover. So Alma with 11.2 seconds on the game clock here in the first quarter, trailing 14-6. They'll have the crack at the last shot. Here comes Alma. It's Epp. She'll bring it across the timeline. 5 on the game clock. Epp passes it off left side. Great shot fake. Dumps it down low. Moore takes the bump. No good on the shot, but Tiersten Moore will go to the line to shoot 2 shots with half a second on this clock.
Yeah, really good play there by Camry Neal, right? You had it, and then here come Reagan Myers. Probably a little bit gassed, right? Ball fake, get it going to the hoop, draw the defender, get it to their best player, Tiersten Moore, at the charity stripe, trying to knock into this deficit here one at a time.
That foul went on Mia Gardner, her first. The free throw by Tiersten Moore can't go, and she's 0 for 1 on the day from the charity stripe. Yeah. It is 14-6 Superior, half a second to go in the first quarter, so more than likely not going to be able to get a shot off Will Superior. 14-6, the second free throw on the way from Tiersten Moore. That one's good. It's now 14-7 here as the first quarter will expire here in the Class D1 quarterfinal matchup. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman, Jake Bakoven back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. We'll step aside for 60 seconds and get you ready for the second quarter of play here at PBA on The Ticket.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start of the second quarter here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. It's 14-7 Superior over Alma. Here as we begin quarter number 2. Sadie Cornell with it, passes right side Gardner. That pass tipped by Tiersten Moore. Great effort
great
defensively.
Play.
Up the floor we go. Cameron Scott, 2-on-1 break over the top. Back to Scott, and she is fouled on the layup attempt. Great passing by Alma.
Look, Coach Davis, that's a coach's dream right there. You have your best player selling out, making an excellent defensive effort, getting it up the court, and then also the back and forth between number 3, Miley Whitney, and now Cameron Scott is at the charity stripe again. Getting free chances at points with the clock stop is obviously Alma's recipe to get back in this game.
And to make matters worse for Superior, despite them leading by 7, Faith Butler just picked up foul number 3 with 7:45 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and that's just there's nothing wrong, nothing that Faith Butler could have done. It was really actually just really good play by Alma, and this is an unfortunate situation. You would have liked to seen her just let that go, but it worked out for her. 0 for 2 at the trader stripe there for number 1 Cameron Scott.
So here's Superior leading by 7. They get out of the
extended pressure here, Nick.
As Sadie Cornell with it on the left wing. Now cross court, Mia Gardner with it. 7.5 to go, first half. Gardner passes inside. Here is number 10, Hallie Bargan. She takes a tumble. Ball goes out of bounds. No foul. It'll just be Superior basketball.
A little bit of sneaky adjustment there by Coach Davis, extending the pressure and obviously cranking up the pressure coming out of that second quarter timeout, and obviously the start of second quarter, to throw a little bit of confusion there against Superior because of the size advantage of Reagan Myers. You can wear her out a little bit, and then obviously lessen the chances that she gets the ball.
Pass right side here is Gardner. Bounce pass top of the key. Sadie Cornell dribbles with the left hand, steps through. It'll be a blocking foul on the floor. No shot as Tiersten Moore took a tumble and slid. And that'll be her first.
Yeah, it was almost there to draw the really good charge there, but good sneaky move there by Superior. Superior's got to get going now because over the last probably half of the first quarter, then also beginning of the second quarter, I think the advantage is to Alma.
Another ill-advised pass over the top, and Alma getting real active and aggressive on not only the defensive end of the floor, but on inbound passes, and it's causing issues for Superior. A lot of times teams will just allow you to throw it over the top. But now this one, Alma's not allowing that to happen the most easy of ways, as we have a almost turnover again. Superior got to figure out a way to handle this pressure.
Right, and now look, that comes from experience of playing them earlier in the year, but then also you got to look at the really good coaching job that Coach, both Ehlers and then obviously in particular Coach Davis has done. They're lacking in size. They understand the way you eliminate the size advantage is by ball pressure and making them hit outside shots. But, when you have Sadie Cornell that's willing to step up with a step back 3, and then obviously that was a wide open 3, you got to live and die by a 3-point shot.
And that's okay. One day, if you're Alma, you're saying that's a NBA 3. That was 4 steps behind the college 3-point line here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. And another foul is called on Tiersten Moore. That's going to be number 2 on her. And so with 6.5 to go in the second quarter, it is 17-7 Superior, and they'll have the basketball.
Yeah, where points are at a premium, you have to make sure you have your best players in there. And I like the move by Coach Davis early in the second quarter. You'll get Tiersten Moore back in the game, but maybe she learned from Faith Butler on the opposite team, picked up that cheap third foul. You don't want to have her sit the rest of the second half.
6.5 to go in the second quarter. As that pass almost goes out of bounds, here Superior. Pass down low. Myers on the left-handed side of the rim. She finishes with the right hand high off the glass. It's 19-7 as now Reagan Myers has 8.
She does a really good job. She has a really good set of hands, catches the ball, keeps it high above her shoulders, and she finishes excellent with both hands around the rim.
Alma's got to find the bottom of the bucket here soon. They trail 19-7, and now they turn it over on a pass that was just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Vaden Epp. It'll be Superior basketball.
One thing Coach Davis would obviously we're here watching is that in real time it's hard, is that Reagan Myers has really done a really good job of scoring on the offensive side of the left block, and the defense side of the right block. You might want to try to switch your defense to get her on the other side of the block because she's awful comfortable on the left side of the court. 4 for 4 and started the game off right now. And I'm really, really playing it hot right now.
Thankfully, Superior just turned it over on a carry violation by Sadie Cornell trying to split a double team. So Alma gets it right back as they trail by 12. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Cameron Scott in the center of the lane at the Big Ten logo. Hands it off now to her teammate. That's number 3, Miley Whitney. Back to Scott at the top of the key, crossing over right then left. Picks up her dribble. Great defensive recovery there by Superior. And as on the right side, it's Vaden Epp. Officials in my way as a whistle. And what's the call, Jay? Do you have a better view? It's going to be a foul on defense.
It was a shooting foul on Superior. I'm not sure on the number yet. I think they're having the conversation. Yeah, they're having the conversation. It definitely was a foul. It was a really good job there by Vaden. Vaden Epp coming off the bench as the sixth man has done a really good job providing energy, spark, 2 points, but then also doing the little things that don't show up in the box sheet is controlling the pace. You needed 2 points. Now you get a chance to get, again, 2 free points at charity stripe.
Yeah, when that ball is on the right wing there, where this near side official has to be, it's right in my line of sight. So I just was unable to see it as Vaden Epp misses the first free throw. And so she is 0 for 1 at the line so far today. Her second one on the way, and it rattles around and out. And another tall rebound by the 6'2" big woman down there, Reagan Myers, as Sadie Cornell has it, gives it to Myers, far away from the bucket. To Mia Gardner, now into the near corner. Pass down low, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Superior here with 5.5 to go.
We're seeing a common theme here, right? What's keeping Alma in the game or within reach is obviously their defense and activity, right? And then also they're the same thing on offense is getting them good shots. Now where they're really letting themselves down is at the free throw line. So that's got to be a point of emphasis for the rest of the game for Alma.
Pass over the top. It's going to go into the backcourt. It was not touched, and so good no call on the backcourt violation here is on the right side here. Superior. Sadie Cornell with it, getting harassed defensively by Vaden Epp. Cross-court pass. They get it to Mia Gardner just inside the perimeter. Back out to Gardner. Left hand, 3-ball on the way. Missed everything. Way too strong. It actually worked in Superior's favor because the rebound caromed out. Now Cornell will try a 3 off to the right. Another offensive raid. Her shot there rejected by Chase Molzon. And it will stay with Superior with 5:06 to go. 33 seconds on the possession since the ball touched the rim.
Really good job there by both teams, right? Scrappy, playing with aggressiveness. But the one thing I'm really, really impressed by Reagan Myers, Nick, not only on the offensive end, defensive end, but really helping against the press break. So the one adjustment that Coach Ehlers has done is used Reagan Myers at more of the top of the key and then moving her down to the block so she can be effective.
5:06 to go. Layup attempt, no good. And looks like Superior's number 10, Hallie Bargan, may have gotten popped in the mouth there. She got called for the foul, but may have gotten popped in the mouth by Chase Molzon. Nothing intentional.
Right.
Bargan will take a seat, and Alma gets the ball back.
Good aggressive play there, and obviously Bargan did a really good job of kind of a little dipsy-do scoop shot, went off the backboard. Molzon, a good, tough rebound. Unfortunately, sometimes you get popped with the elbow.
Here's Vaden Epp, left side, crosses over, left then right. Now cross-court into the right side, and it goes through the hands of Miley Whitney.
Right.
Alma just cannot catch a break offensively and hold on to the orange.
Right, and you know what? This game is two teams that like to pressure their opponents. And so the biggest thing you have to do when you're playing against high-pressure teams is do the small things, right? Catch the ball and not have unforced errors like we're seeing right here at half court.
And now a timeout by Superior.
Really good job. Listen, there's 2 timeouts that Coach Ehlers has called tonight have been timely. She probably knows her team's weaknesses obviously better than anybody in PBA. She knows once they're in trouble against press break, certain places on the court has been really, really tough for them to be all year.
Yeah.
2 timeouts of saved possessions with a 12-point lead. You don't want to give any momentum back to Alma.
Want to tell you about our friends at High Electric for residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural jobs. High Electric has the knowledge and abilities to meet your electrical needs. Check out highelectric.com or call Erica at 402-466-6606. 4:42 to go in the second quarter. Superior leads Alma 19-7 in the Class D1 quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this one gets Pender, the number 1 seed, on Friday morning at 9 a.m. An update over from Devaney in Class C1. Gothenburg with a 27-15 lead over Bridgeport. We saw Lincoln Christian, the number 1 seed in Class C1, defeat North Bend just a little while ago over at Devaney. Sadie Cornell might have gotten away with a walk. Now down low, Myers. Myers in the double team, puts it up, unable to get it to fall, tries a second effort, and it's blocked from behind by Chloe Molzon. Here comes Alma. Alma running the floor, kicks it out, 3-ball, Miley Whitney. Just a tad strong, and Myers collects the miss. as Myers got doubled like you talked about earlier, Jay down low on the offensive side, and the referees, to their credit, allowing him to play.
Yeah.
Here's Myers near the logo. Bounce passes it to number 3, that is Maddie Bargan. Back to Myers. They're just playing pitch and catch back and forth. Here's Ava Kirchhoff with it. Now Cornell, another NBA range 3, and that one missed everything as she looks back towards the bench and says, okay, maybe that was a little too far.
Yeah, Sadie Cornell first started the game off with a step back 3, then an NBA 3, and those I guess that those are EuroLeague threes. Those
are the Harlem Globetrotter 4-point plays.
Yeah, or
4-point shots.
Yeah, man. But nevertheless, you can take those shots when you have a 12-point lead, but you can't sleep on this Alma team.
Low pick and roll. Kirsten Moore off the roll, and she gets the 2 to go. Good find by Cameron Scott.
Yeah, right off the bench. That weak side pick and roll two-man game has paid dividends there. Here we go.
And a takeaway, Kirsten Moore. Nobody's going to catch her right-handed layup. It falls, and it's quickly a 4-0 spurt for Alma, and it's going to be 19-11 now, Superior with an 8-point lead.
Yeah, this is when we always talk about, Nick, sometimes is play fast, not in a hurry, and these passes right here are the double team and the presence of it is really good job there by Alma. Is they're double team to right past half court, and then the 2 people that have inbounds the ball haven't got past half court, so it's caused a little bit of panic there for Superior Wildcats.
Pass goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Superior. 3:14 to play in the second quarter, 19-11. They throw it up top to Myers. Myers at the perimeter. Now to Bargan, left side Cornell, another 3-pointer on the way, and it hits Sadie Cornell with her 3rd trifecta of the day.
Yeah, the confidence to keep shooting after a couple air balls is showing you that Sadie Cornell is a for real 3-point shooter. Right back at him. Alma, secondary break, not letting Reagan Myers get set up to alter shots is obviously a recipe that's been successful today.
Great job by Camry Neal getting the 2 to go. It's 22-13, Superior with the basketball and the 9-point advantage. On the right side, now top of the key, it's Mia Gardner. Now to Sadie Cornell on the left wing. She really parks herself on the left side of the perimeter and doesn't really move from there. She drives in, draws the foul. It's going to be on the floor. That'll be the 3rd team foul on Alma. And that one goes against number 1, Cameron Scott.
Yeah, Nick, when you talk about on the left side for Superior and obviously the right side for Alma, they're 2 best players on the left side. So when you're thinking about this, like, adjustment maybe if Coach Davis could do is get them to possibly on the other side of the court.
Take away, Cameron Scott going the other way, 2-on-2 break. Cameron Scott in the lane, tried a tough reverse layup, and she caught it out of bounds, kind of smiled about it. Kirsten Moore laughed. Nothing you can do there.
Yeah, good job there by Cameron Scott. You see it right here. Coach Davis isn't upset about those type of plays. You want to get Reagan Myers up and down the court. They feel like their speed is their best attribute right now, and they've been really, really closing this deficit in with their speed and tenacity. And you also see right there, Nick, Kirsten Moore doing a really good job of being active hands, active feet, causing problems for Superior. So what they're trying to do, Nick, is try to wear them down and really try to make a run here in the 3rd or 4th quarter.
22-13, your score, Superior with a 9-point lead over Alma. Alma on defense, working the floater, way too strong. Rebound tipped around a couple of times, and Sadie Cornell collects it. She takes 2 dribbles in, misses the jumper. That rebound goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Superior.
Yeah, and you know what they like right there is they're okay with Sadie Cornell shooting those shots. And I think also one sneaky fact about Sadie Cornell, she's left-handed. So when you're used to playing everybody that's right-handed, left-handed, the way the shot comes off can cause a little bit of problems, which we've seen right here. We have a couple players in number 3. For number 3 is Maddie Bargan trying to pass to Ava Kirchhoff. 2 players that don't play a lot. Unforced error right there. Now when you think about it, was down 12. You're just down 9. Can you make a run here before halftime?
Alma with the basketball. They have it on the right side. Cameron Scott, top of the key. She takes a couple dribbles in. Now Vadenette pops a trifecta. Can't get it to fall. And Mia Gardner collects the defensive rebound before tossing it to the left side. Here's Sadie Cornell. She'll cross the timeline. Cornell trying to tiptoe across the sideline. Took a tumble, and it's going to be a blocking foul, I believe, on number 12. They're going to get number 12, Camry Neal.
Yeah, I think Coach Davis is telling Camry Neal, I think that's her 2nd foul, and number 13, Harper Fennell is coming in. Is what you want to do as a defender when you have a player that's out of control is you want your right foot on the out of bounds. So therefore, if you're going to draw the charge and you won't get a tic-tac foul right there.
In somewhat, I'm similar, I would imagine, in football. You can kind of use that boundary as a second defender.
Yep.
On the right side here is Superior. Sadie Cornell with it on the right wing. Now into the corner, pass deflected again. Tiersten Moore defensively as she throws it up the floor. Baden Epp, 2-on-1 break. Epp in the lane. It's 22-15. Superior now leads by just 7.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pressure is starting to wear down. From the pressure from Alma starting to wear down Superior. That's not a.
And a timeout on by Superior.
Right.
So a little bit of frustration here. We have to explain it. So Sadie Cornell tried to weave her way through a double team. And she kind of got frustrated, slammed the basketball down as she was passing to her teammate. I think she's visibly frustrated that there was no foul called there, but Superior ends up calling a timeout with 1:16 to go.
Yeah, but then we got our Alma fans behind us that are mad because there wasn't a clear possession for Sadie Cornell. So now it's just, look, this is a game that, one time, the thing about winning championships, Nick, it comes down to the little small details. So Coach Ehlers is frustrated that she's had to burn 3 timeouts basically, against press break. But that's a byproduct of the pressure that Alma hasn't turned down, and more importantly, is turned up in the second quarter. That's starting to pay dividends. And so the adjustments and what you do or don't do coming out of this timeout will play a big part in who wins and who loses this game.
22-15 your score, 1:16 to play in the second quarter. We saw Pender defeat Howells Dodge earlier this morning in our 9 a.m. game here. This is the 10:45 a.m. tip-off. Alma still within arm's reach, 22-15 with 1:16 to go in the second quarter. Superior having some frustrations offensively, trying to defeat some of the pressures that Alma's sending their way. And so when you have it, Superior will have the basketball, sideline inbound with 1:16 to go until the halftime break. 27 seconds still on the possession. They'll get it in the backcourt to Sadie Cornell. Now they'll pass it right side. Reagan Myers with it, who hands it off. Back to Cornell near the logo on the left side of the rim, or on the left side of the floor, rather. Excuse me. Top of the key here for Superior. It's Ava Kirchhoff. 3 ball on the way. Cornell can't get it to fall. And an offensive rebound corralled by Kirchhoff. Back to Cornell on the top of the key. Cornell splits through a double team and a bump and a foul called defensively.
Yeah, a little bit of a bailout call there for Sadie Cornell. A little bit of frustration still coming out of that timeout. Shot a deep 3, was able to get the offensive rebound. Then she got it off the secondary pass to the hoop, but bailed out by that call. Look, now she had the charity stripe trying to extend the lead with 54 seconds left.
Yeah, that's the 15th foul on Alma. So that'll send Cornell to the line. She converts on the first.
Nick, this when you think about this game, right? Sadie Cornell has 3 threes, right? And she shot, I think, 6 or more, and she's made 3. And then obviously you look at Alma, who's shot about the same amount of threes, but haven't hit one. You look at the difference in the game. 8 points. It's the difference in 3 points made, or 3-point shots made and not made between the two teams.
Sadie Cornell converts both free throws at the line. It's 24-15, back to a 9-point Superior advantage. Cameron Scott for 3. Can't connect, and the defensive rebound corralled by Mia Gardner.
Yeah, every 3-point shot Alma's shot is within their offense. They just have not been able to hit, and that's the difference between Superior and Alma's the deficit right now.
In the lane, Mia Gardner gets it poked away from behind. Here comes Alma. Pass right side. Baden Epp with it on the right side of the rim. No whistle. Wow. And the defensive rebound collected by Kirchhoff. Here comes Superior up the floor. Sadie Cornell. 17 seconds on the game clock. The shot clock is dark, and so this could be the last shot of the first half. However, Kirchhoff, her shot blocked by Malzahn. 7 on the game clock. Here comes Alma. Alma across the timeline, working right side, looking for help. Nobody's home, and with 0.3 on the game clock, they threw it out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first half here once Superior inbounds it.
Really good job by Chase Malzahn, really covering a lot of ground, getting that block, not giving up 2 points. Unfortunate, unforced error right there. I think you saw a ghost right there where you passed it to Coach Ehlers, and Coach Ehlers didn't want that ball. Yeah. But nevertheless, look, it's a competitive game. It started out a little bit slow for Alma. The adjustments that Coach Davis is going to try to implement versus Coach Ehlers is going to really decide who wins this game. Even though it's a 9-point deficit, obviously in Superior's favor, judging by the second quarter, this is going to come down to the wire.
It's a 9-point game at the half. We're at halftime. Superior leads Alma 24-15 at the break. We'll step aside, come back in a few minutes with some stat lines from the first 2 quarters of action in our second of 2 Class D1 quarterfinals here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today. You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. At the half, Superior leads Alma by a score of 24-15. Superior making their first appearance in a state tournament since 2020. Alma making their first state tournament appearance in school history, while the Alma Cardinals trail by 9 at the break. Before we get to the stat lines, Jay, I think just an overview of that first half. We talked about nerves coming into it, right? I just mentioned the first appearances in school history. Maybe we saw a little bit of that from Alma in the early going, but really after the first couple of minutes, we saw both teams really settle in.
Yeah, and it was a really good adjustment by Coach Davis's team. And, a little bit of nerves. And you know what? Superior has nerves, right? They're probably a little bit more, tightened up, basketball organization or a basketball program. So they have nerves, and that's natural because they are invested.
Yeah.
But I think the adjustment, and then also I think the consistent and constant pressure by Alma started to pay dividends. And even when they looked nervous at the beginning of the game, they were getting good shots. But I think also when you have the two-pronged attack of Sadie Cornell and Reagan Myers, it allows you to start fast. But also I think when you have the all-around kind of team of Alma led by Kirsten Moore, and then obviously Malzahn, Scott, Whitney, Neal, Epp played a really big role coming off the bench. It allowed them to get back into it. Now, when you think about this game, Nick, it comes down to two things, right? Obviously, Sadie Cornell, 3 of 9 from threes, right? And she's hit, two big ones, right? A step-back three to kind of get the party started, I like to say, and then you backed it up 2 possessions later with a wide-open three, and then an ultimate, let's just say a European League three from way, way deep. But I think it comes down to this. Reagan Myers is 4 of 7 from the field, 8 points, but then more importantly, 8 rebounds. And Superior as a team almost has doubled up Alma as a team as far as rebounds. Now, some of the stats is a little bit skewed because of the amount of shots that Alma's missed, some bunny shots and threes, but it's 25 rebounds to 13 rebounds. Overall, I think Alma's done a pretty good job against Reagan Myers. They're going to have to continue that in order to get back into the game.
It's 24-15 at the break. Let's get to some box scores here from those first 2 quarters. Let's go first for the folks losing by 9 points at the break. The Alma Cardinals, they're led offensively by Kirsten Moore, had 7 points in that first half. Camry Neal had 4, and then Chase Molzahn and Baden Epp both added 2 apiece, as Jay mentioned, and we talked about it throughout that first half. Baden Epp, a real bright spot off the bench for head coach Amanda Davis and the Alma Cardinals. For Superior, the Wildcats, they are led offensively by, as Jay mentioned, Sadie Cornell. She hit 3 trifectas in that first half. She added a couple of free throws and usually just a layup from the left side to total 13 points. That's a game high for her. Reagan Myers, who looked like at the start of this game in the first couple of minutes, Alma was going to have no answer for her. Right. The height of 6 feet tall was going to be a problem. However, she kind of slowed down. Alma was able to get some things and looks better against her defensively later on in the stages of that first half, and she has 8 at the break. Mia Gardner had 3, and those 3 players have done all the scoring so far for the Superior Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a kind of a 2.5 pronged attack for obviously Superior that paid off dividends. But then obviously when you look at also the one thing from the box score that sticks out, Nick, right? Mm-hmm. Superior is 4 of 15 from threes, and then you look at Alma 0 of 6. That has just come down to Alma's had some really all 6 shots of Alma's have been shots that I think Coach Davis feels comfortable with her young ladies shooting, and obviously would probably appreciate and obviously want them to make a couple of them. But then also for Superior, they're able to make 4. You get 3 from Sadie Cornell, so you expect that, right? But then you had the bonus 3 from Mia Gardner, right? Yeah. And that's because you got to think all the points have came from Sadie Cornell and Reagan Myers, and then you got the bonus thing from Mia Gardner. So if I'm Coach Davis, I'm looking at the same box score. Those are the 2 that we got to try to slow down, but then also we got to make some shots. And then we also, one thing also, Nick, is 1 of 6 from the free throw line. Yep. So those are the 2 points of emphasis for Coach Davis coming out of time. And then also for Coach Ehlers for Superior. We have the lead, but it's not a comfortable lead. Our press break and also our panic, I'll call it our panic percentage, is extremely, extremely high, and our execution level isn't very high. Against this constant pressure of Alma.
Well, we saw it in the first half. The physicality that Alma was providing and putting towards Superior was causing frustration, right?
Yeah.
And that was like it didn't require turnovers. It didn't require anything special. It was Superior made mistakes because of their own doing, because the pressure got too much.
Yeah, and then you started to play. We always say you want to play fast, but not in a hurry. And once they got over half court, the 2 young ladies that were inbounds in the ball and maybe trailing weren't across half court, which then allowed Alma's speed, quickness, and aggressiveness to really, really spread their wings and force them into unforced errors, whether it's dribbling off your foot, throwing the ball out of bounds, but then getting into possibly turnovers that led into the secondary breaks and 2 back-to-back layups. You saw when they went on a 4-0 run, and then Coach Ehlers the next play, because the young lady was trapped at the half court, had to burn another timeout. It was questionable when Sadie Cornell fell down, slammed the ball, got it back, got a timeout. So now let's see what happens coming out of halftime. Is Alma going to continue this pressure and have momentum of the game, or Superior made really, really, I guess, superior adjustments at halftime to really, really adjust to this pressure? Because If they don't, Nick, it's not going to be a 4-0 run.
Yeah.
It's going to be an 8-0 run. It's going to be a 10-0 run because that's what brought Alma to the state tournament is that constant pressure.
Let's take a 60-second break. When we come back, start of the third quarter here. Superior leads at 24-15 over Alma. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention! For the entire month of February, Acres has John Deere packaged oil and filters for 15% off. John Deere engineers its oil filters specifically for large ag equipment and commercial and residential mowers. With premium materials, these filters meet the unique demands of your farm and acreage. Following a strict maintenance routine with premium John Deere oil and filters ensures your equipment will run efficiently for years. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, start of the third quarter. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman with you from PBA. Superior leads Alma 24-15. It'll be Alma basketball to begin things as they now go to the basket to our right. Cameron Scott with it, takes a screen left. Pulls up, Jay on the way. Got it, Cameron Scott. That was smooth, Mr. Foreman.
That obviously is purposeful coming out of halftime by Coach Davis. High pick and roll to put Reagan Myers in a no-win situation. Great job by Cameron Scott.
Here is Superior now working directly to our left in the lane. Ill-advised, tough shot in traffic. Offensive rebound. They dump it down low. Mia Gardner gets fouled on the second effort. And I believe that's going to go on Tierston Moore.
Yeah, that's Tierston Moore. Obviously, she's a little bit upset at herself, but just kind of swiped at the ball. Easy call for the referee, but I like the actually a really good play there by Reagan Myers. She knew she didn't have good footing on the left block. She looked a little bit uncomfortable, passed it to her teammate to get a shot at easy 2 points. At the free throw line, missed one, so the foul wasn't so bad, but more importantly, Tierston Moore has 3.
Yeah, Mia Gardner doesn't look the most comfortable right now. She kind of faded off to the left side after she fired away that first free throw, kind of grimacing a little bit as she fires the second one. She's able to connect on that one, so 1 of 2 at the line. One thing, too, also watch, Tierston Moore told her coach, Amanda Davis, said, hey, don't take me out. I'm good. Just 30 seconds into this second half, but now Alma just turned it over.
Yeah, almost good. Really, a majority of their turnovers have been unforced errors, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, dribbling off their foot, untimely passes, off target, not on time. And so we'll see what they adjust here in the second half.
Pass into the near corner, now into the elbow. Superior with the basketball on the right side. Mia Gardner with it in the far corner, guarded by Tierston Moore. She throws it now, right wing cross-court pass deflected. It goes out of bounds and under the table to our left. Jay, you missed it. It was probably 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah. You caught one?
It is right here.
Did you
caught it
catch
with
it
the
one
right
hand?
hand. I caught it with the right hand.
That's suspect. We got to go
I gave it right back to the referee as well. Accurate pass and everything. Kept talking too. Mia Gardner down low in the paint now for Superior, puts up the jumper, no good, and that was on the doorstep. Another crack at it for Mia Gardner and the Superior Wildcats offense. Driving baseline shot blocked
block.
once again by Molzon. Here comes Tierston Moore.
Great
up the floor. It goes Miley Whitney, and we have a foul called on Sadie Cornell.
Yeah, Sadie Cornell. It was probably it's quite a subjective call, but really good job by Tierston Moore dropping a dime to Taylor Poole on the fast break, or was that number 3, Miley Whitney? Good hands by Miley Whitney. The even better play, Nick, she didn't panic underneath the hoop, was going to kick it back out, but got bailed out with a foul call.
Baseline inbound. Here's Miley Whitney, left side Cameron Scott. She fakes left, goes right, pulls up mid-range Jay, and she is fouled by Sadie Cornell.
Nick, that weak side of the defense, they run a little bit of a pin down there. They ran high pick and roll to get Reagan Myers in a no-win situation. Then they ran a weak side pin down there with Cameron Scott. I think coming out of halftime, right? They want to get Cameron Scott going. And Cameron Scott has obviously answered the bell both times.
25-17 Superior with the 8-point lead as Cameron Scott's first free throw is no good. So she is currently 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Cameron Scott.
Yeah, Cameron, this is the difference. We talked about they're 0 of 6 at the free throw line and 0 of 6 from the 3-point line, or 1 of 6 and 0 of 6 at the 3-point line. You got to cash in on these when you're down by double digits or potentially double digits against a really good team.
So it's 25-18, Superior with the basketball. Sadie Cornell brings it across the timeline. Bounce pass almost taken away by Cameron Scott. Now into the near corner. Down cross court on the other side of the rim. A layup attempt blocked. Reagan Myers there to clean up the miss.
Yep.
Says I'll use my all 6 feet 2 and get the layup to fall. It's 27-18 now, Superior. Cameron Scott with it on the left side. Dribbles in, mid-range jumper. Trying again. It sat on the front rim for a moment before it was corralled by Reagan Myers defensively. Now a pass up the floor. Sadie Cornell directly in front of us here on the left side. Cornell with it. Draws the double. Now pass down low right underneath the bucket. And a triple team comes, forces the turnover, and Cameron Scott will slow it down for just a moment and allow our teammates to run down the floor. Here's Scott, crosses over right to left, working on Myers. Underhand, throws up a shot and is fouled, and she'll go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 more.
Yeah, Cameron Scott has really showed the I guess the want to and ability to get her shot off, but then also a very crafty move right there, right? A little hesitation, low crossover. Seen Reagan Myers. Know she can't get up against the 6'2" defender from Superior. Reagan Myers has a lot of width there with her long arms. Scooped it underneath to draw the foul on the 6'2" center from Superior. But once again, got to make some free throws.
Cameron Scott misses the first. The second one's coming. That was just the first personal all game on Reagan Myers, which is pretty impressive for being the size that she is down low. It's now passing the timeline. Here's Superior up by 8, 27-19. Here on the left side, it's number 12. This is Faith Butler, who was held out for a good chunk in that first half with 3 fouls. Faith Butler passes it. Now here working number 10, kicks it out, back out. 3-ball Mia Gardner, too strong. Rebound bounces around a couple of times, and Kirsten Moore collects it directly in front of us. Tiptoeing that sideline. One-handed pass, slingshot to the right side, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Superior.
If I'm Coach Davis, I like it. I like how my team came out at halftime, right? We're still applying a lot of pressure. We're doing a really good job on the defensive rebounding, but then also we got Cameron Scott going, but the pressure that Kirsten Moore is allowed or can apply to a defense on the fast break is really good as well.
Here's Cameron Scott for 3. Got it
up. Rain.
Cameron Scott has her first 3 of the game, and it's now a 5-point Superior lead as Sadie Cornell dribbles it off her foot. The pressure defensively by Miley Whitney forces another Superior turnover.
What Coach Davis is doing with their defensive coverages is once it gets over half court, and we got it right by the FNBO logo here, you start to pressure towards the sideline and use it, like you said, as your other defender, and Superior is panicked all night long, or all day long,
5 minutes, 12 seconds to go, third quarter. It's 27-22. Superior leads, but Alma with the basketball. On the right side, here is number 12, Camryn Neal with it. She has the basketball above her head. She'll step into a 3, just a tad strong, and the rebound corralled for the moment by Superior. Mia Gardner finds her teammate. That's Faith Butler, who will bring it across the floor and up the timeline. Here she goes. Faith Butler pass over the top. Gets it inside, and a little bit of a scrum down low. It's going to be a foul called on Alma, as it could have been a jump ball.
A little disappointed. Really good job of going for the jump ball. Subjective call, but nevertheless, I don't think it's going to change Alma's pressure. I think they're going to crank it. I think when they get mad, they start to play a little bit harder.
27-22 your score. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. Superior to inbound. They'll throw it out to the perimeter. Now into the far corner, it's Faith Butler. Faith Butler pass over the top. Mia Gardner with it. Takes one dribble, now hands it off. Top of the key now left side. And a traveling violation called against number 3 for Superior. That's Maddie Bargan.
Unforced errors like that, travels, a little bit stepping out of bounds as a result of the constant pressure at Alma. And late in the season, Nick, sometimes fundamentals just go a little bit to the wayside. Alma with a chance to really knock into this deficit.
It's also important to remember that Maddie Bargan in for Sadie Cornell. Cornell not used to sitting for an extended period of time, just being a little frustrated at times has caused her a seat on the bench. So now on the left side here for Alma. Here, mid-range jumper, Camryn Neal, off back iron, can't get it to go, and Reagan Myers collects the miss.
Yeah, but you're starting to see the offensive philosophy is getting in mid-range right at the free throw line. You got to be able to hit free throws, and so, you see what Coach Davis has really implemented at halftime.
Now Myers with it, right side. Here's Faith Butler, top of the key to Bargan. Bargan with it, no-look pass into the near corner to Maddie Bargan. Maddie Bargan looking around, bounce pass inside. It goes nowhere. Tiersten Moore there to clean it up and take it away. Moore in transition, left-handed layup. We got ourselves a 3-point game.
Yeah, Nick, I told you, coming out of halftime, Tiersten Moore did a really good job of telling her Coach Davis, trust me with 3 fouls. It paid off dividends. I always say old momentum has switched from Superior to Alma. It's almost like two sides of the state of Nebraska. The adjustments that Coach Ehlers is either going to have to put her star player in, what doesn't look like it. She's still watching, but find a different offensive philosophy because the two-parted monster of Myers and Cornell isn't out there. So they're really, really doing a job of suffocating Myers by what, Nick? Ball pressure. Yeah. The one thing I want to give Coach Davis and Coach Ehlers a really good job. They really are understanding how much ball pressure eliminates any size differential, speed or anything like that, or skill differential, because you're allowed to dictate the pace of the game. Alma laying, we see this all the time in football. We see teams that run, just depositing a little bit of body blows. And now it's a 3-point game because when the game started, like, you're down by 9. The confidence, cool, calm, and collective for being here for the first time in school history. Coach Davis, you see her, she's finally cracking a smile because I think, you know what? She's starting to see her young ladies play like they probably played the second half of the season. Now Coach Ehlers has got to get either an easy bucket for Myers, but more importantly, this might be a time for Faith Butler to get on the scoreboard and get a good shot.
And not to mention, right, you still have Sadie Cornell on the bench for Superior after that timeout. Here's Superior only leading by 3. They've seen their lead dwindle. As that pass now goes out of bounds, last touch by Superior, it's another turnover.
Yeah, Nick, I think the confidence is starting to come out. You see Tiersten Moore, and then now you're seeing Superior actually a little bit trying to change the pace. Or it's Butler, kind of a little bit of a boxing one, but more of a full-court, press or coverage against Cameron Scott. Cameron Scott right past her, looking to dipsy-do in there. Really good job there.
Here's Molzon back out to Scott. Scott passes left side. Miley Whitney with it. Takes a screen right by Moore. Trying to get the pick and roll. Doesn't even look at it. Now Cameron Scott, mid-range jumper. Shot blocked by that is Reagan Myers.
Right.
Shot rejected. Superior now with the basketball. They had a 12-point lead at a time. Has now seen it dwindle to 3. They have the basketball pass over the top, and it's taken away. Tiersten Moore with another takeaway.
Good job there by actually Coach Ehlers coming out of halftime. Telling Reagan Myers to press that a little bit, hedge it on that pick and roll, led to a block.
A floater by Cameron Scott won't go. A battle on the floor for the loose ball, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it to Superior, and Sadie Cornell get ready to check back in.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get your star players to be a little bit more cool, calm, and collected, sit it down, and obviously Coach Ehlers knows their players better than anybody. Look for Sadie Cornell to come in and get started. Now she has her partner in crime with Faith Butler. Look for him to get back on track, either 2-man game or, more importantly, get it into Myers, because Myers is stepped up here in the recent possessions to extend this lead or keep this lead. Excuse me.
Here's Faith Butler to Bargan. Bargan top of the key, dribbling left side, kicks it out. Faith Butler, 3-ball on the way. They need it. No, they cannot get it. Offensive rebound, Reagan Myers, and it's taken away and now fouled by Chloe Molzon, as that will send, I believe, Reagan Myers to the line.
Yeah, you know what? I think if I'm Coach Davis, I like the shot. I like the effort. And when you have a really dominant player like Reagan Myers at 6'2", it's not just being a legit 6'2". She's athletic, she's smart, she's tough, and more importantly, Nick, that wingspan of hers is obviously causing a lot of problems. Look at when she's shooting the free throws, the high release. But you know what? If I'm Coach Davis, I'm breathing a breath of fresh air because that didn't go on Tiersten Moore. Yeah. And so now we can continue to apply our pressure.
Myers misses the first one, the second one on the way, and that one's good. Perfect on that one. So she goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Reagan Myers now with 11 points on the day, 3 in this second half alone. 28-24 your score as Cameron Scott has it right side now to her teammate number 12. That's Camry Neal. Camry Neal with it on the block, tries to throw it over the top. That's going to be a questionable decision. Down low, couple bodies on the floor. Reagan Myers holding her left knee as she takes a tumble to the floor. Let's go ahead and step aside while head coach Chrissy Ehlers and the rest of the medical staff goes and checks on Reagan Myers as the energy has been sucked out of the building And you can hear a pin drop here at PBA.
Right.
We'll step aside, come back in just a few moments on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you here. Class D1 quarterfinal matchup. Reagan Myers getting helped off the floor, unable to put any pressure or weight on that left leg. Right. She needed full assistance getting back to the bench where she is going to be finally set down for further evaluation. But 2:10 after or here in the third quarter, 28-26 your score. Tiersten Moore was able to convert that layup. So it's now just a 2-point ball game. Superior with the basketball. And now something to watch. A big advantage for Superior tonight, Jay, has been Reagan Myers' size at 6'2". Now they're going to have to go to number 3 off the bench. That is number 3, Maddie Bargan, the sophomore, 5'5". You're talking about 7 inches of differential there between those two players.
And the wingspan of Leslie Myers and the athletic ability is really paid dividends. And so, really it's not just the adjustment by Coach Ehlers and you kind of game plan time, not for somebody to get hurt, but it's more importantly the momentum, seeing your leader down and you don't know if she's able to come back. So now if I'm Alma, like, we're playing against size, so it's right at, this is kind of like practice.
So on the left side here is Bargan for Superior. Superior with the basketball, like I said a moment ago, they've seen a 12-point lead dwindle to just 2, and a defensive foul on the floor is called against Alma with 1:48 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Alma did a really good job there of kind of pushing Superior late into the shot clock, trying to force them into a bad shot, but Cameron Neal just a little bit slow on the closeout. Got her with the body, but if I'm Superior, if I'm Coach Ehlers, I just need some possessions. If I'm Coach Ehlers, I'm trying to tell my young ladies, I want everybody to touch the ball. Kind of get that feeling in of, okay, let's get through this together.
They'll throw it over the top to Bargan. Bargan now to Maddie Bargan, top of the key. Left side, Cornell. Cornell tries to split through a double now. On the left side, drives, baseline, tiptoes it to Bargan. Bargan center of the lane, tries to finish with the right hand, high off the glass. It bounces off, but she is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, I think that might be on Ep. It was kind of a little bit of a weird move. Looked like she was driving, then brought it real low with a scoop shot that kind of James Harden-esque, drew the foul. But, if I'm Coach Ehlers, I'm really excited, or I'm happy about this, because a good way to calm your team down after an unfortunate, potential injury of your star player is to get some easy shots at the free throw line.
And as Jay says that, number 10, Hallie Bargan, misses her free throw.
You trying to blame that on me?
No,
yeah,
not at all.
That's cool.
She still scoreless today is Hallie Bargan, number 10. 1 assist, 3 rebounds, and 3 personal fouls to Bargan's stat line. Second free throw on the way. That one's good.
Yep. Yeah, and
so 1 for 2 at the line.
They're going to need somebody besides Cornell to step up, for the Superior team if Myers isn't able to come back. And so the first kind of unfortunate unforced error on a fast break opportunity by Alma right there. I think got bailed out. I think Alma offensive players thought that was tipped.
Yeah.
The fans agree with me as well, but nevertheless, it's Superior's ball, and they're on the attack.
29-26, Superior with the 3-point advantage. 1:28 to play, third quarter. In a fast-moving, real competitive Class D1 quarterfinal game. Faith Butler with it on the left wing. Butler driving center of the lane. Floater off the glass and in. It's 31-26. Faith Butler with 2 points.
Yeah, Faith Butler, we talked about it before Myers got hurt. This is a time for her to step up. Cornell was a little bit frustrated. So now moving forward, two things need to happen. Alma can't really think that they have the game won because Myers is not going to probably most likely get back, but then also somebody else on Superior is going to have to step up.
Three-pointer on the way, bounces around, sat on the rim, which was an unfortunate situation because Vaden Epp for Alma mistimed her jump on attempting the rebound. Superior gets the defensive rebound, and with 45 seconds in the third quarter, it is 31-26, Superior with the lead and the basketball. On the right side, now cross-court pass, they throw it through, Bargan in the lane. It was poked away by Cameron Scott, and we have a jump ball called against or on for Superior, and the possession arrow will keep it with Alma.
Vaden Knapp did not like that. She felt like she had control of it and also was going to obviously secure it even more, but good thing for them that they have the possession of the ball. Now they have to get back and try to get a good shot, right? I think they got a plenty good shots with Scott and obviously Moore. Now you got to continue that to knock into this deficit.
35 seconds to go in the third quarter. 31-26 is your score. 25 seconds to play in the third. On the right side, Miley Whitney with it now into the near corner. Here's number 13. It's Harper Fennell. Fennell passes it off. Number 30, this is Mercedes Gardner. She turns it over. Back the other way we go with Sadie Cornell. 11 seconds on the game clock. Cross-court pass, Butler, left side of the lane. She tumbles and is fouled. I believe they're going to get this one on number 30, Mercedes Gardner.
Yeah, Mercedes Gardner had a little bit of too much strength on that pass there. Had the right idea, trying to get across court to Vaden Epp. But more importantly, if I'm Coach Davis, this kind of free timeout in between the third and fourth quarter is so important. We rested Kirsten Moore, right? We got to get Cameron Scott going. The one adjustment that Coach Ehlers has done on the Superior side is essentially face guarding Cameron Scott full court. So now you're going to have to be really good in your pick and roll, but then also your secondary cuts to get her some shots.
32-26 with one more free throw coming as that second free throw off the front edge of the rim, and the rebound fought for, and we'll have a foul called on Maddie Bargan.
Yeah, it was a really good job there by Maddie Bargan of kind of timing her steal, but then also trying to get the offensive rebound to stop Alma and they're potentially getting a fast break and easy bucket.
32-26 your score. Alma to inbound looking for help. They get it into Vaden Epp. Vaden Epp crosses over 1 second. Half court heave on the way, and it's just a tad short. But here we go, folks. We enter the fourth quarter of play. In just 60 seconds, it's 32-26 Superior, trying to hang on with the status of Reagan Myers, the 6'2 center, in question. We'll come back in 60 seconds and start the fourth quarter of play from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, start of the fourth quarter, Superior with the basketball. They lead it by 6. Maddie Bargan almost stepped on the sideline there on receiving that pass, but Mia Gardner for 3. It rattles around and out. Good strong rebound there on the by the big win for
Malzahn.
for Malzahn. Chase Malzahn. Thank you, Jay. as Cameron Scott with it at the logo. 7.5 to play in the ball game. 32-26 is your score. They try to flash Tiersten Moore down low, unable to get the ball to where now Cameron Scott. Still 15 seconds to shoot. Down low, Tiersten Moore kicks it back out. Scott, inside out game, 3 ball, can't get it to fall. And the defensive glass cleared up by number 4, Sadie Cornell, who pushes the pace, falls over, and it'll be a defensive foul against number 12, Camry Neal. That's number 4 on her.
Yeah, Camry Neal, and here comes Baden Epp, right off the bench coming up here. Good job. It was a good idea by Camry Neal, but I was saying it before, Nick. One of the things you just want to get your foot on that sideline so that it will be either a charge or the superior offensive player will obviously run out of bounds.
32-26, your score, 7:12 to go in the fourth quarter. Superior has led by as many as 12 in this game. At one point, Alma got it down to 2, but it hasn't really moved a whole lot since then, as it's a 6-point differential in favor of Superior. On the right side, now cross-court pass. Left side, it's Faith Butler. Butler, another cross-court pass over the top into the corner. Here's Mia Gardner, finds a cutting Faith Butler. Almost hit her in the head, but it still goes in for the layup. It's 34-26.
Good patience there by Superior Wildcats. Good job. Good catch there by Faith Butler in the second half, really coming alive.
And quickly, Cameron Scott answers with a layup of her own from the right side. It's 34-28, 6.5 to play.
Good answer there by Scott. A little hezzy, in and out dribble, easy 2-point.
And now Cornell gets her pocket picked, going the other way. Miley Whitney up the floor. Cameron Scott is called for a traveling violation.
Yeah, you know what? It was just one little extra step. If we had instant replay, Nick, I think it was before her foot touched the ground when she was on the catch. But nevertheless, travel was called. You see the constant pressure there by Miley Whitney right here up against us at just over half court. Is really, really, paid dividends. What they're trying to do is stop any type of inside easy entry pass. Not only obviously with Myers being out, but with any player that they have to start their offense. Now, on the flip side of that, Coach Ehlers has done a really good job of being patient, telling them to work the shot clock, and then dive cuts, what I like to call them, late. Got an easy shot by Faith Butler. So right now, with Myers obviously going back to the locker room, and unfortunately, you hate to see a great player like that, get hurt in the state, quarterfinal. But now look for Faith Butler and Cornell to try to lead them home. 6 minutes and 24 seconds left. You come in, you played this team before. You got a 6-point lead, so you feel comfortable there. But execution and lack of turnovers has to be on their side. Now, on the flip side for Alma, we're thinking we got to extend and we got to really crank up our pressure. We got to make free throws and we got to make layups.
6:22 to play, fourth quarter, 34-28 ball game. Pass up the floor. Here's Maddie Bargan, now to Faith Butler, now Sadie Cornell with the left side. Cornell, step back, 3 ball on the way, missed everything as the rebound saved from going out of bounds, but for a moment until Bargan stepped on the sideline. And if you look over at Coach Ehlers, I'm not sure she's so happy with that shot selection.
No, I've been in that position when I used to coach, Nick. You have a couple players that, I guess they're feeling it. Sometimes if you're open for a reason. That's probably not the shot you want with Reagan Myers going to the locker room.
Now Vaden Epp strong with it. She's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
And that's what you want. And I think that's the adjustment there by Coach Davis, right? She feels that Scott, Epp, Tiersten Moore have a really good opportunity to get down, get downhill and get to the base or get to the middle of the lane and get 2 points. Epp trying to knock into that deficit.
It's 34-28. The first free throw, unable to go.
Nick, when you think about this now, remember a couple years ago, Nebraska men's basketball against Iowa, right? The lack of free throw percentage or being able to make them. That's really what's been the
They missed the second free throw as that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Alma. They are now 3 for 12 from the free throw line in a game that's right now a 6-point differential.
Yeah, and that's what I guess you would go into every game assuming that you're not going to make 100%, but you never think you're going to be 3 or 12, 1 or 6 in the first half. So more importantly, that's something that when you think about it, with the difference of the game, comes to the free throw percentage and the obviously makes.
Shot blocked by Malzahn, and now here it's going to stay with Superior. I'm not so sure that is Alma's. That's not Alma's basketball. It looked like it bounced off the leg of Bargan.
Yeah, I was about to say it looked like Bargan slapped it out of her hand and kicked it out of bounds. no replay here in Class D1 at PBA.
Here at the top of the key, it's Maddie Bargan with it, looking, holding the basketball over her head. That ill-advised pass taken away by Vaden Epp. Vaden Epp pushing the pace across the timeline. Fakes left, goes right at her, and it's a defensive rebound for Maddie Bargan.
Yeah. Epp had an easy pass there to Kirsten Moore, decided to take it to herself. One time when you're running those breaks, 3-on-1, 4-on-1 in that case, you got to cash in if you decide to take that shot.
Pass over the top. Mia Gardner gets her shot rejected by guess who? The same player. And now a foul called on Alma as Chase Molzon, she rejected the shot, tried to get the basketball away, passed it off, and I think she ran over a Superior player and gets charged with the foul.
Yeah, Coach Davis is probably more upset about the lack of execution on the 4-on-1 fast break versus a aggressive foul call, because you want your team to be aggressive, and that's how they played all night.
Pass over the top to Gardner, and she traveled.
Yep. It's kind of one of those things that it's been paying dividends, the pressure. I can guarantee you Chrissy Ehlers over there, or Coach Ehlers, has not seen this many unforced errors, right, of turnovers and lack of execution against pressure all year. But Alma has come to compete. Still down 6 points. They got to start scoring here.
6-point game, 34-28. Kirsten Moore with it in the far corner. Dribbles, rolls, and Molzon gets the left-handed layup to fall. It's a 4-point ball game, 34-30.
That play there on that side pick and roll there on the weak side has been set up by Kirsten Moore being able to score at will in the first half. Now an unforced error right there, kind of a lollipop pass, too much loft, and the speed and quickness has made Coach Ehlers again burn another timeout with a 4-point lead. This right here could be the momentum change with 4 minutes left. That's a lot of time left.
It's a full timeout. Let's step aside. We'll come back in 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander, Jay Foreman back with you from PBA. While we have a break in the action, a little breaking news in Husker baseball land as Mason McConaughey, Nebraska's ace, their Friday night starter, injured last Friday against Sam Houston. It's official. He will miss the rest of the season with an arm injury. So Mason McConaughey, Nebraska's ace and Friday night starter for baseball, as they will open up the home slate this weekend at Haymarket Park, weather permitting, of course. They will be without their Friday night guy, Mason McConaughey, for the rest of the year. Now back here at PBA, Kirsten Moore has it, and she traveled. So turnover once again as Alma gives it right back to Superior.
Hey, I think if we had cameras here, Kirsten Moore, the conversation she's having with herself, I think she gets more mad at herself than Coach Davis. But an unforced error there by a really, really good player. Superior back on the attack.
Here's Sadie Cornell on the left side. Carry. Cornell pass taken away. Kirsten Moore takes it away, crosses over in the lane, and it rattles around and finally drops. It's a 2-point differential, folks.
Kirsten Moore was mad at herself. She made up for it in the very next possession. The Alma cheering section back here was mad at a potential carry, but nevertheless it worked out for him.
Now Sadie Cornell out of control, may have gotten away with a walk, and now Faith Butler over the top. Gardner for 2, missed everything, and Miley Whitney collects the defensive rebound, and she is now fouled by a couple of Superior players. Sadie Cornell needs to be careful because she is talking back and spiking the basketball, but that foul is going to go on number 10. That's going to be on number 10, I believe, Hallie Bargan. Yeah. That is number 4 on Bargan.
Yeah, and Sadie Cornell is reminiscent of the Nebraska-Ohio State game. The refs missed an opportunity or a potential technical foul slamming the basketball. And so that would not be a good talk with Coach Ehlers.
34-32, Kirsten Moore, Miley Whitney. Alma can take the lead with the 3, a back cut by Epp. It's good with the foul. Vaden Epp can give Alma the lead with a free throw here coming up at 3:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Alma has not led in this game, but they have a chance if Vaden Epp can hit her first free throw tonight She's currently 0 for 4 from the charity stripe.
Nick, it started out with the weak side pick and roll, the pin down. Kirsten Moore did a really good job getting it to Miley or to Whitney, and then the backdoor secondary cut by F. And then guess what? Make a free throw to get the first lead of the game. You must be good luck when you talk about free throws.
There it
I'm
is.
not going to say anything.
So 35-34, Alma, the 5 seed, on top of the 4 seed Superior, and another almost turnover as Epp could not corral the basketball, and it goes out of bounds, staying on the Superior end of the floor.
A big thing right here, Nick. When you look at Superior, they've burned all their timeouts. Now Alma has 2 timeouts. So Coach Ehlers, she has to be, look, a lot of times you still have a timeout. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. You got to rely on Butler or Cornell to take you home.
Here's Bargan. Bargan bounces it to Faith Butler on the right side. Butler to Bargan. Now the other Bargan tries for a 3. Off to the left, and Malzahn collects the defensive rebound up the floor to Miley Whitney. Whitney, cross-court pass to Cameron Scott, who's been quiet in the fourth quarter. That pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by Superior. It stays with Alma.
Here comes Cornell back because, like I said, it's going to be Butler and Cornell that's going to lead them here. Now, you see a little bit more of anxiety on Superior side. One thing to have the lead and maybe have a 1-point lead, 4-point lead. Now you have a 1-point deficit. First time all game. Caused a little bit of anxiety for the Superior Wildcats.
Alma throws it off the leg of Sadie Cornell. It stays with the Cardinals. 3:13 to go, fourth quarter. It's a 1-point ball game. 35-34. Alma currently with their first lead of the game at 35-34. Baseline impound. They get it into Epp. Epp tries to draw contact, and a whistle and a foul is called. And Sadie Cornell is called for a personal here with 3:12 to go.
Yeah, Nick, that was kind of a, I don't think Vaden Epp had a really good, I guess the make percentage wasn't very high. Kind of jumped into Cornell and forced the call. Heady play there by Vaden Epp, but nevertheless, at the free throw line, I won't say a word.
Vaden Epp, she drains it. How about the job Vaden Epp has done off the bench? In a game where Kirsten Moore's dealt with foul trouble, Camry Neal's dealt with foul trouble, Vaden Epp off the bench, not necessarily lighten up the scoring column. She has a total of 7 points, 5 crucial points, though, in the second half here. And in this fourth quarter alone, they're on a current 5-0 Vaden Epp run.
Yeah, but I think it's not just her points. It's the things that she's doing that isn't showing up in the box scoring, right? It's the energy. It's the tip passes, the timely rebound like she just had right there, and then also controlling the pace of the game.
Epp gets the defensive rebound. Cameron Scott almost got it poked away, but gets it back. Epp has 7 points, 2 rebounds tonight, and she's dribbling the basketball at the top of the key. Pass left side, Kirsten Moore with it. Kirsten Moore dribbling left side, now center of the lane, spinning around, looking for help. Putters around, rattles the jumper to go. It's a 5-point Alma lead, 39-34.
Nick, what did I talk about? That lead, that when you went to a 4-0 run, the pressure allows you to go to a 9-0 run right now. Alma with the 5-point lead.
So here we have it as Bargan tries to pass it through. They're going to communicate the referees, and it's going to stay with Superior. Not to correct or one-up you, Jay, but it's actually an 11-0 run. It was 34-28 at one point. You stand corrected. You sit corrected. You're good.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that.
39-34. As Bargan has it right side, now Mia Gardner. Gardner bounces it to Sadie Cornell. Cornell working left side, looking around. No look past Maddie Bargan as we are nearing the 2-minute mark. In the lane, Bargan way too strong off the glass, and Molzahn there to collect the miss. Here comes Cameron Scott. Nice dribble behind the back as a defender goes flying. Faith Butler tries to steal it, unable to do so. Vaden Epp with it, top of the key, crossing over. Passes left side, Kirsten Moore with Alma up by 5 to Vaden Epp in the far corner. Dribbles it off her leg, but Malzahn gets it back for Alma. Now 16 on the possession, plenty of time. Malzahn in the lane. It's a 7-point Alma lead, a 15-0 run for the Alma Cardinals.
Nick, and also I talked about the no timeouts left. Don't panic, and it allows you can't settle down. So if I'm Coach Chrissy Ehlers, I don't have the ability to stop any momentum. So now I'm just watching, like the fans back here across the court. Now with the momentum fully on Alma's side, now that shot clock and that time clock, the time on the left on the game, starts to create more pressure. And so with 1 minute and 27 seconds left, 1 timeout left for Alma after just taking it right here. Now you're thinking, now we see this all the time, Nick, in football and basketball. We're thinking possessions. making free throws. Rebounds, possessions, making free throws will lead Alma to victory, and they are on a historic run right here. First time in school history. You got to think.
That's correct.
You know, they're making history right now.
41-34 your score, 1:27 to play in the fourth quarter. Alma trailed 34-28, and now they've rattled off, I said earlier, a 15-0 run. I need to correct myself, a 13-0 run. If basic math wasn't hard, I wouldn't have made that mistake. 1:27 to play, though, in the fourth quarter. Alma called a timeout. They have one timeout remaining. Superior, like Jay just mentioned, 0 timeouts remaining. And so once again, after the conclusion of this one, we'll have a little more of an extended break. Then we turn our attention to Class A action. Millard West, the defending state champions, the Gessert twins, both going to Creighton. They will be on display, going up again against a team and a program that's very familiar with the stage as well, Millard South. Going to be a good one there. Tip-off for that's at 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, and I guess the good thing about it is Millard South knows Millard West very well. Like, a lot of these young ladies grew up playing with and against each other in different club levels, and then also coming in, crosstown rivals, know each other. Don't think this game won't be chippy right from the get-go.
41-34, though, back as we still have business to conclude here at PBA in Class D1. They get it into Cameron Scott, who's been real good at handling that ball here in the second half. Cameron Scott will cross the timeline, working left to right. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the fourth quarter here on the ticket. Top of the key, it's Miley Whitney with it. Now working on the defender, Sadie Cornell. Working Kirsten Moore, cross-court pass. Vaden Epp, why not? And she missed everything. That was a down for Jinx right there on the three-point attempt. And a foul defensively on Alma.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Davis, I'm coming out of that timeout, I want to make sure, listen, we don't need the clock to stop. No fouls, no second shots. Take open shots. Even though Vaden Epp took that shot, deep three, she's okay with it. They ran a couple of offensive sets, and plenty of people touched the ball, but nevertheless, it didn't go in.
Here's Sadie Cornell, who picked up her dribble, already extinguished it. I'm not sure if her teammates knew right away. Now Bargain with it, gets it to Mia Gardner. We're under a minute and a 7-point differential. Cornell to Butler. Butler in the lane. She gets bumped and fouled, and now that is going to be the fourth team foul on Alma. That will go on number 1, Cameron Scott. The next foul will put both teams in the bonus.
Now you see Miley Whitney, relaying what Coach Davis said. No more fouls. We want the clock to continue to run. Don't bail them out. And sometimes, Nick, you'll give them a 2 for essentially get the ball back in your hands. Now, what Alma has to do, they should know who their best free throw shooter is. Now, Epp has made her last 3. It might be able to get it in her hands, or Kirsten Moore.
Sadie Cornell with the heave, unable to do it, unable to make it, but an offensive rebound back out to Cornell. Cornell back down low, working. Bargain goes up strong with it, and she will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. 41-34 your score. Right. Superior 25% from the field today. 4 of 22 from beyond the three-point line. 3 of those 4 have come from the left side of Sadie Cornell. And she's gone cold, though, today in the second half. And now the first free throw is good by Hallie Bargain. Yep. She now has 2 on the day.
The hard part for Superior Wildcats and Coach Chrissy Ehlers over there is the ability to extend the game. You don't have any more timeouts left, and so Coach Davis isn't going to burn one unless she absolutely needs to, and you got to make free throws.
Bargain unable to convert on the second free throw. Kirsten Moore may have gotten away with the travel, but she is now fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, and then that's what you didn't want if you're Coach Ehlers is the foul and put one of the best players in Class D1 in the state at the free throw line with a chance to extend the lead. Now, if I'm Coach Davis, you get kind of a mini timeout. Now I'm reiterating to my young ladies, no fouls, no second shots. We don't want to give up a direct access layup. That means from one end to the other. But nevertheless, they got to make free throws.
Kirsten Moore, the first free throw on the way, and it's no good.
Yeah.
Kirsten Moore now 1 for 3 at the free throw line. Her 4th opportunity will come here in just a moment. Kirsten Moore on the day, though, she had 7 at the half. She now has 14, make it 15 points after that made free throw. She has 8 points in the second half alone, 42-35 as Sadie Cornell working near corner. And that's a traveling violation as she looked around, tried to find somebody to help her out, and she got trapped in the near corner, and Superior turns it over again. It's 42-35. They need a steal here on the inbound. Sideline inbounds. Miley Whitney to inbound. They get in at Kirsten Moore, and Kirsten Moore is shoved from behind by Sadie Cornell.
Sadie Cornell, right? Is that her 5th foul?
And that is her 4th.
Oh. But, it's a little bit of frustration there by Sadie Cornell. She kind of made, a lot of money tonight, coming with her left hand. A little hesitation dribble, probably a predetermined pass out of that. Nobody cut towards the basketball. Had to give a frustration foul back to get Kirsten Moore at the free throw line. Now, if I'm Coach Davis, right, most likely going to pull out a, historical victory. First time Alma being at the state tournament and winning. But the good thing about it is you can get their attention. It's like we have not shot well from the three-point line or the free throw line.
Alma, they missed both free throws. Kirsten Moore. And going back the other way, 20 seconds on the floor in the fourth quarter. Bargain with it, top of the key, three-pointer and a foul as Faith Butler is hit hard. And that's it for Kirsten Moore, as that's foul number 5 on Kirsten Moore.
Yeah, Kirsten Moore is talking to herself all the way to the bench there. I know that she's disappointed herself, and Coach Davis is rubbing her head saying, why would you do it? But with the game, it seems like pretty much well in hand. 3 shots here for Superior for Butler, who's actually came alive a little bit in the second half, and maybe a little bit too late, too little too late. Now, when you think about this, if I'm Alma, right, 14 seconds is a long time when you're trying to close out not only any game, but your first, state tournament game, but let alone a victory. You have to execute and not clock watch. Now, Superior is helping you now, right? With a 7-point lead, you missed the first 2. But now you got to think about securing the rebound. Is Kirsten Moore? That's her 4th, right? I thought it was her 5th. So she's still in the game. So now you got to get into your best player's hands. You got to make a couple free throws.
Faith Butler, she goes 1 for 3 at the free throw line. Faith Butler does. And now here's Vaden Epp right in front of us. She gets fouled by Maddie Bargan. And with 12.3, we're going to just continuously play the free throw game here as Vaden Epp goes to the line. This is where she is 3 for 7 on the day.
But, Nick, if she makes one of these, you don't have to, as far as Alma is concerned, you don't have to do anything. Because even if they went down and make a layup, that's 5 seconds off. Essentially, there's nothing that Superior can do right now besides if you allow them to get back in the game by either fouls or technical fouls.
The first free throw is good for Vaden Epp. It's 43-36. 43-36, your score, 12.3, and make it 44-36.
Yeah, really good job by Vaden Epp. Obviously, with the whole team not shooting free throws good, she's made her last 4 in a row.
Up the floor, here's Faith Butler. Her 3-point shot is deflected, and a defensive rebound and a foul is called as Superior is going to lose to Alma. Alma comes all the way back at 1 point, trailed by 12. Now they lead at 44-36 with 2.5 on the game clock.
You really hate it for Superior because the way they started, and obviously they felt like they had a dynamic duo there in Cornell and Myers, and unfortunately Reagan Myers getting hurt, and then Butler as well is part of that 3-pronged attack. Look, you hate to see any great player, get hurt, and then obviously it affected the outcome of the game. I hate it for Superior, but you have to give a lot of credit to Alma. They came in here and without any experience, right, of getting to the state tournament, first time in school history, started a little slow, little nerves, but then once they got on a run, they really wore out that Superior Wildcat team. And Alma Cardinals is going home with their first victory. They should be proud of themselves.
There you have it. There's the horn on the heave by Sadie Cornell. The final score in Class D1 quarterfinal action, the Alma Cardinals, they win it 45-36 over the higher-seeded, 4-seeded Superior Wildcats. And for the first time in school history, Amanda Davis, the head coach of Alma, has earned the Cardinals their first state tournament win in their first state tournament appearance with a 45-36 win. We'll step aside, come back with final stat lines in this one from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, one final time here from Pinnacle Bank Arena before we take an extended break and turn our attention to Class A for the rest of the day. The Alma Cardinals, they are victorious over the Superior Wildcats by a score of 45-36. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman with you here. Final stat lines. Let's first talk about the losers in this one. The Superior Wildcats led offensively by Sadie Cornell, who was held scoreless in the second half. She finishes with 13 points. Reagan Myers, who went down with that knee injury in the third quarter, is second on the team with 11. Faith Butler added 6. Mia Gardner had a 4, and Hallie Bargan added 2. For the Alma Cardinals, they advanced to play the Pender Pendragons on Friday morning at 9 a.m. They were led offensively by Tierston Moore. No surprise there. 16 points for number 10, Tierston Moore, while Cameron Scott and Vaden Epp off of the bench added 9 apiece, while Chase Molzon had 7. Camry Neal had 4. So once again, your final score in that one, the Alma Cardinals 45, Superior 36. We will turn our attention to Class A and Millard West versus Millard South. What can we look forward to in that one, Jay?
Well, obviously, you got the Gesser twins, obviously, and they're special. But more importantly, the whole team is special. Very, very well coached for our Millard West. Mm-hmm. Obviously, won the state championship last year. It was a little bit more tougher, time than they thought. Now you're coming back with that experience, right? Now you have a lot of expectations they had last year. They lived up to them. And now you have even higher expectations this year. Now you're, more importantly, you're playing your crosstown rival, Millard South, that they both teams respect each other but don't like each other. So I think, it's going to be a very competitive game. I don't think it's going to be, the typical 1-8 game where Millard West is just going to roll out here and blow them out by 30. I think both teams know each other. Both coaching staffs know each other. More importantly, Nick, when you're playing I always feel like this, the first game in a tournament for any team, or more importantly, the higher seed, is always the hardest because the team that you're playing is going to be the best prepared they've probably been, way more prepared than they were in the regular season. But then also when the players know each other in this environment, nerves does not, have any bias against anybody. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be competitive, but I envision Millard West with their, great experience and obviously phenomenal skill will pull it out.
So there we have it. Your final score in Class D1 action today. Alma is victorious over Superior with a 45-36 victory. Once again, they trailed by 12 at one point, and as late as 34-28. But then they were able to go on a nice little run to close out the game. The Alma Cardinals get the first victory in school history here at the state tournament. So once again, like Jay and I just mentioned, we'll turn our heads to Class A at 1:30 p.m. Tip-off between number 1, the defending state champion in Class A, the Millard West Wildcats, going up against the Millard South Patriots. For now, though, we'll send it back to our 93.7 The Ticket studios, where Jake Bachhoven, Austin Norman, and the rest of the guys will take you through our extended break number 1 here from the Girls State Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Attention! For the entire month of February, Acres has John Deere packaged oil and filters for 15% off. John Deere engineers its oil filters specifically for large ag equipment and commercial and residential mowers. With premium materials, these filters meet the unique demands of your farm and acreage. Following a strict maintenance routine with premium John Deere oil and filters ensures your equipment will run efficiently for years. Visit your local Acres store to start shopping today.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at NationalGuard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Hello? Hello? Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
The electrical workers of local